Hi, Michael Fry, President and CEO of Deepwater Subsea. I'm here with Alba Vazquez. We had the opportunity to meet at a conference, and one of the things I found very interesting is Alba's specialty is OSHA safety and OSHA safety training. And as you know, all of us in deepwater, oil and gas, we deal with OSHA and training all the time, from bloodborne pathogens to ladder safety and all the other things that we deal with. But what I wanted to do for this daily grind is just kind of turn it over to Alba and let her introduce herself and the things that she does with her company and how it could possibly be a benefit to all the people, kind of in our network that watch these videos. So, Alba, tell me a little bit about what you do and why you got into, OSHA compliance and OSHA training.
Well, first of all, thank you, Michael, for having me. Thank you for asking me to share with people about safety. I'm an outreach OSHA trainer. What that means is basically through the Department of Labor, we are authorized to teach these courses, the 10-hour or the 30-hour OSHA courses. I love safety. I've been bitten by the safety bug, just like yourself. So we're trying to keep people safe and make sure that they go back home at night after a day's work, with all of their limbs, toes attached. That's basically the message. That's basically it. That's the passion behind it. As an outreach trainer, going to businesses, and filling that need and that gap where injuries are occurring, where, they're paying monthly workers' compensation fees that are through the roof because, workers are getting hurt because
Sure.
Of the lack of training, because of, there's so many reasons behind why accidents occur. And of course, that's one of the key things about accident investigation, finding the root causes, of course. But I decided that there was that gap where businesses do feel the need to protect their workers, but they don't really know how. There's so many rules, so many stuff that's thrown out there for compliance. And how do I find the help? How do I make it simple? Please help me. So I made sure I wrote an introductory guide to OSHA, so dealing OSHA like a pro. And it's just 7 steps to make sure that people say, you know what, hey, it sounds quite simple. OSHA is not that difficult. And step number 1, you got to have a plan and commit to it and promise how you're going to keep people safe. And then finding the laws that apply to you, which is quite not that difficult. It just takes internal inspections, right?
Sure.
And those checklists are a lifesaver. And I'm sure in your industry, oil and gas and drilling, if you help people to not just rely on their memory, it's about that checklist. It's about that inspection before they do the job, before they go out there and expose themselves. So that's it. That is the passion behind it.
And what's interesting about what Alba's saying is you've heard me talk about here recently in the last couple of daily grinds, the importance of procedures and checklists. So it's not only about the operation, it's also about just making sure that you're in compliance and the safety aspect of it. So Alba, I appreciate it. Where can we find out more information about you and your company, and where would they go to look you up?
Go ahead and send me an email at alba@getoshacompliant.com, or visit my website www.getoshacompliant.com or www.oshaevent.com. I love putting out there the seminars. I also do the 10-hour and the 30-hour, which, by the way, it's becoming more common for businesses to say, I'm not going to hire you unless you have the 10-hour, unless you have the 30-hour, because what these courses do is they bring this OSHA awareness and the safety awareness. So just so you know, I don't bore you to death just talking about regs and the standard says and reading off the book. It's more about, well, this is what we do at work. This is what we should be doing. Not so much because of the reg. Of course, the reg comes in place, but it's
That's
more
right.
about, well, you don't want to be stepping on the top rung of that ladder because you're going to lose your balance at some point and you shouldn't be using it that way. Are you using the right ladder for the job? What type of job are you trying to do? Have you been trained for it?
That's right. That's right.
And simple things like that.
So good. So just to wrap up this daily grind, it's important to make sure you have the training in place before OSHA actually shows up and shuts you down. And Alba and the resources that she has is something that you can definitely look to as a reference. And after spending a couple of days with her, I definitely think, the passion that she has for training is what we need in oil and gas. So please take a minute and look up her information.
Thank
That
you.
is something to think about.
It's an honor, Mike. Thanks a lot.